NCIS isn't just a television show, it's a phenomenon. Since its debut in 2003, it has grown into one of the most watched and longest-running crime dramas in history. With gripping cases, heartfelt character arcs, and a family-like bond between its cast, NCIS quickly became more than just another police procedural. For millions of viewers, it felt like home. But like every great story, the world behind the cameras was not always filled with joy and success. While audiences were enjoying the action, humor, and suspense of NCIS, the actors themselves were living very different stories, ones filled with heartbreak, shocking goodbyes, and tragedies that forever changed the show. These weren't just ordinary challenges. They were life-altering events that redefined careers, friendships, and even the future of the series itself. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into those tragedies, the painful departures, the shocking deaths, the personal battles that not only left fans in tears, but also left scars on the very heart of NCIS. By the end, you'll see why the show we all love has never truly been the same. Miguel Ferrer's battle with cancer. Let's start with a tragedy that stunned the entire NCIS community: the death of Miguel Ferrer. Known for his unforgettable role as Owen Granger on NCIS Los Angeles, Miguel wasn't just another actor. He was a powerhouse of talent, bringing wit, toughness, and heart to every scene. But behind the scenes, Miguel was fighting a battle few knew about. He was diagnosed with throat cancer, a disease that slowly weakened him even as he continued working. Fans who watched his later episodes noticed his voice had grown raspier and his appearance thinner. But Miguel refused to let the illness define him. He kept showing up, giving everything he had to his role. On January 19, 2017, at the age of 61, Miguel Ferrer passed away at his home, surrounded by loved ones. The cast of NCIS LA was devastated. In a moving tribute episode, they honored his memory, blurring the line between fiction and reality. For fans, the loss was more than just the death of a character. It was the end of an era. Miguel Ferrer's legacy lives on in the stories he helped tell, but his passing left a wound that time will never fully heal. Cote de Pablo's heartbreaking exit. Another moment that rocked NCIS to its core was the sudden departure of Cote de Pablo, the actress behind the iconic character Ziva David. When Ziva joined NCIS in Season 3, she was unlike any character fans had ever seen. Strong, mysterious, intelligent, and deeply human. Very quickly, she became a fan favorite, especially because of her chemistry with Michael Weatherly's Tony Dinozzo. Their relationship kept viewers invested for years. So, when news broke in 2013 that Cote de Pablo was leaving NCIS, fans were shocked. The tragedy wasn't a death, but it felt like one. Audiences mourned the loss of a character they loved dearly. Behind the scenes, Cote revealed that the script she was offered for Ziva's continuation didn't respect the character she had worked so hard to build. She couldn't compromise her principles, even if it meant walking away from one of television's biggest shows. For her, it was about protecting Ziva's integrity. Her departure created a massive void in the show. While Ziva eventually returned in a later storyline, the truth is, NCIS was never the same without her steady presence. Fans still remember her exit as one of the most painful chapters in NCIS history. The death of Ralph Waite family has always been central to NCIS, and no character embodied that more than Jackson Gibbs, played by veteran actor Ralph Waite. As the father of Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Waite brought wisdom, warmth, and humanity to the show. Every time he appeared, fans saw a softer side of Gibbs, a reminder that even the toughest men carried deep emotional connections. But in February 2014, tragedy struck. Ralph Waite passed away at the age of 85. For many, this wasn't just the loss of an actor. It was the loss of a beloved father figure, both on screen and off. The NCIS team honored him with a heartfelt episode that mirrored real life. Gibbs grieved his father in the show, just as the cast and crew grieved the loss of Waite in reality. The emotion was raw, genuine, and unforgettable. It was one of those rare times where fiction and reality collided, leaving fans deeply moved. Pauley Perrette's disturbing departure. Few NCIS characters became as instantly iconic as Abby Ciuto, portrayed by Pauley Perrette. With her gothic look, quirky personality, and brilliant mind, Abby wasn't just a forensic scientist. She was the heart and soul of NCIS. Fans adored her for 15 seasons. But in 2018, Pauley Perrette left the show in a shocking and heartbreaking exit. At first, fans speculated it was just creative differences or a personal choice. But later, Pauley revealed disturbing details. She claimed she had endured a toxic work environment and even alleged physical assaults on set. These revelations painted a much darker picture of what was happening behind the scenes. For Pauley, leaving was about survival, about protecting her mental and physical health. For fans, losing Abby felt like losing a piece of the show's identity. While NCIS continued, it never truly recaptured the unique energy Abby brought to the team. Her departure is remembered as one of the most tragic behind-the-scenes stories in NCIS history. Michael Weatherly's departure and scandal. Tony DiNozzo was more than just comic relief. Played by Michael Weatherly, DiNozzo was charming, funny, and deeply beloved by fans. His on-screen chemistry with Cote de Pablo made their storyline one of the most compelling in the series. But after 13 seasons, Weatherly said goodbye to NCIS. His departure in 2015 left fans heartbroken. He explained that it was time to move on to new challenges, and soon after, he landed the lead role in Bull. Unfortunately, Weatherly's career took a dark turn when allegations of inappropriate behavior on the set of Bull came to light. Actress Eliza Dushku accused him of sexual harassment, leading to a high-profile settlement. While this scandal unfolded after his time on NCIS, it cast a shadow over his reputation. For NCIS fans, losing DiNozzo was already painful, but watching Weatherly's career become embroiled in controversy only deepened the tragedy. It was the end of one of television's most beloved characters, and it left fans longing for the magic that DiNozzo once brought to the show. Mark Harmon's quiet goodbye. Mark Harmon was the heartbeat of NCIS. As Leroy Jethro Gibbs, he wasn't just the leader of the team, he was the glue that held the entire series together. His calm authority, emotional depth, and unwavering sense of justice made Gibbs one of television's greatest characters. But in 2021, after 19 seasons, Harmon stepped away from NCIS. Fans were stunned. For nearly 2 decades, Harmon had been the face of the franchise. The reasons for his departure were layered. Officially, Harmon wanted to spend more time with his family and take a step back from the grueling demands of a lead role. But insiders also pointed to health concerns and the physical toll of years on set. Watching Gibbs say goodbye was emotional for everyone, fans, cast, and crew alike. While the show has continued, NCIS without Gibbs feels incomplete. His exit marked the end of an era, and for many, it was the hardest goodbye of all. David McCallum's personal grief. David McCallum, who played Dr. Donald "Ducky" Mallard, was one of the most respected members of the NCIS cast. With his warmth and wisdom, Ducky became a fan favorite. But off-screen, David faced personal tragedy that deeply affected him. In 1989, long before NCIS, David's son, Jason, died from a drug overdose at just 27 years old. The loss was devastating. McCallum later spoke about the pain of losing a child, saying it was an ache that never goes away. While fans never saw this pain on screen, those who knew him understood how much it shaped his life and perspective. This tragedy didn't directly impact the storyline of NCIS, but it revealed the humanity of the actor behind the character. For fans, learning about David's personal grief made his performances even more poignant. Sean Murray's health struggles. Sean Murray, who played Timothy McGee, has been part of NCIS since the very beginning. Fans watched him grow from a rookie agent into one of the core members of the team. But Sean has faced his own struggles off-screen. Over the years, fans noticed Sean's dramatic weight changes, sparking rumors and speculation about his health. Eventually, he explained that his transformation was due to lifestyle changes and a strict diet, not illness. Still, the scrutiny he faced highlighted the intense pressure actors endure while being in the public eye. Though not a tragedy in the same sense as others, Sean's health journey reflects the personal battles that cast members quietly fight while still showing up for their roles. The story of NCIS is not just about solving crimes or catching villains. It's also about the real people who brought those stories to life and the tragedies that shaped them. From the heartbreaking deaths of Miguel Ferrer and Ralph Waite to the painful exits of Pauley Perrette and Cote de Pablo, to the quiet struggles of Harmon, David McCallum, and Sean Murray, the NCIS cast has endured more than most fans could ever imagine. These tragedies didn't just change the actors' lives, they changed the show itself. Each departure, each loss, each scandal left a permanent mark, altering the course of NCIS history. And yet, despite all these challenges, the series has endured. Perhaps that is the greatest testament to its cast and crew, and to keep honoring the legacies of those who came before.